Stone Crafters. How's everybody doing this fine day today? Real quick conversation or a topic of discussion to be had today. So now recently I was told that 90 something percent, 94 or 96% was with COVID testing was falsified. And supposedly that number dwindled everything down to around like 9,000 total cases, actual cases. You feel me? Now I got a few questions, so let's break it down. Okay. First and foremost, the thing that I would think would be the most critical in this is that when so-called folks was dying and they families wasn't allowed to families excuse me, families didn't receive their death certificate. They wasn't allowed to view the body. You feel me? And the reason they was told they family ended up dying on that hospital bed or whatever was due to COVID. All those bodies that supposedly had died, they burned. You feel me? The hospital themselves did, without choice, without say so of the families. Now that's first. That's not necessarily a question, but that's my first thought. Okay. Secondly, you have to ask yourself, you feel me? If a motherfucker tell you 94 or 96% of this shit is falsified, you feel me? And they did what I said in the first stance, then y'all lied and y'all killed these people and you withheld their family members from seeing them for what reason? Okay? On top of that, you feel me? If this is the case, how do we know that only so much 9,000 of people have truly contracted a fucking man-made virus? No disease is organic, as we discussed on the previous video, or one of my last few videos. You feel me? So how did only 9,000 of these motherfuckers contract it? And how do we know that that is true? You feel me? If they lied to y'all about this from the jump, and now they gonna tell you, oh, well, we lied about it. You feel me? But you already have these vaccines and or these masks already lined up and rolled out. You see this shit everywhere you go now. On TV, newspapers, magazines, on fucking letters in the mail, on envelopes, on brochures, on pamphlets, every fucking where now. You hear me? That in itself would make me get to thinking or ask a question. All of this shit is all propaganda because it's not about health. You feel me? It's not really. And if you still think it's about health, and if you think your health is somebody else's top priority or they major number one priority concern, it ain't shit we can even talk about. I can't help you in that regard. You feel me? But if that's the case, then y'all knew from the jump, like, that this shit wasn't real. You feel me? So one, you lied. Two, what are you lying about? Like, what is the sole purpose of all this fuck shit? You feel me? Now, I'ma just keep it real. I have a JO to look for. You feel me? With my history, it ain't the best for me. So I'm supposed to go take this little piss screen or your analysis, whatever. You feel me? And the first one I went to, I went yesterday, but I didn't know yesterday was the day y'all called Labor Day or Holy Day, whatever. So it was closed. So I couldn't. Now I come today and I thought about going back to that same one, but they put that shit in big, bright, bold ass letters on the door, like the door itself, not the window next to it, but on the door itself. Nobody's coming in here unless you stand 6,000 miles away from the next person. You can't come in here without a mask. You gotta have gloves on. You gotta have visors on. You gotta have knee-high socks on. You gotta have double drawers on. You gotta have a rubber on. You gotta have everything on to protect shit that don't matter, because this shit is it's man-made, so it's truly not real. It's not organic. When I say that, it's not authentic. You feel me? And y'all lying about the shit from the jump. Now, if the CDC, so they say secretly they did this, or under the cover of darkness they did this shit, you feel me, without letting the masses know all at a grand scale. If that is the case, why are y'all motherfuckers still complicit? Either you're complicit or you're ignorant, but regardless, you still working along with the perpetuation of the system. And they just told you it was falsified. I don't care if it was 1%. Motherfucker, they knew they was lying from the jump. So all these bodies that y'all said have died, all these hospitals y'all said was filled up, was never filled up from the fucking jump. You feel me? Motherfucking hospital workers is getting laid off. Laid off. Doctors, actual doctors, 8 years of schooling. Doctors are getting laid off or forced to resign. You feel me? Because one, they either telling the truth, talking about this shit is not real, or there's a cure for it, which can cure you. You feel me? Chlorine, whatever the fuck they call it. You feel me? Which, I mean, that only goes so far. You feel me? Because them motherfuckers, it's all about incentive. You feel me? The system is all about incentive. The shit that I seen from the regular average Joe Blow, essentially. You feel me? The motherfuckers from next door, my neighbor, as opposed to the TV, tells me that, hey, bro, my cousin got fired. My aunt got fired. I used to work in the hospital. My colleague got fired, or she got laid off because she told me that she tried to speak out, and when she went to tell somebody, they handed her her belongings and told her to clear her office out. Type shit. You feel me? These is motherfuckers who's shutting down hospitals, but they don't speak about it because the motherfuckers who work there is not in the news, in the media. In the news, in the media, it's only to perpetuate the fucking system of enslavement and then some. I'm not finna go on a whole long tangent because, for the sake of y'all, you feel me? But here's my thing, like I said, bro. If the so-called, if CDC, which I don't hold them to no type of value regardless, because I know that motherfuckers in itself is along with the system. Along with it, they affiliated, they part of it, you feel me? So, but if this be the case from either side, either it's real or it ain't, period. So either this fucked up ass fake ass virus is real and it's deadly, but if it is, you will need to broadcast this shit on TV because everybody would have contracted this shit some way, somehow by now. You feel me? Or it ain't. Which means all the bodies and all the numbers y'all had, y'all lied about. You feel me? So whatever, like I said, it's either real or it ain't. Y'all lied. You could have said it was 0.00000.8% or 7.75%, 9.5%. You still fucking lied. You feel me? So all of these numbers y'all fucking threw up out of nowhere. These imaginary ass numbers y'all threw these imaginary ass bodies y'all threw up, these imaginary ass stories y'all threw up, and now as a people, nobody is being like, hey, hold up, you know what? They lied. You still gotta walk around with fucking masks and gloves and knee highs on and visors on and earplugs in. You feel me? A mouth guard on just in case. You feel me? Duct tape around your face because you can't talk. That's what the case is. Like I said, I'm not finna get into too much of it. You feel me? All I have to say is, if you lied about these numbers, how do we know that the lie is accurate in itself? We have to either believe that you lied, or we have to believe your numbers prior to the lie, supposedly, or afterwards. Either way, it's not adding up. So either it truly is a fucking quote-unquote pandemic, and everybody should be dead by now, or you lied. Either way, there was a lie told prior to or afterwards. You feel me? And that presents a question in itself. That's all I'm going to say. I want y'all thoughts. If this truly be the case, why are motherfuckers still either ignorant to the fact or complicit? Y'all let me know. Give me your thoughts, comments, and your whole concerns and reserves, questions, and all that. Please let me know. Let's fire away. Let's do this.